Hit him in the chest with it. One time again in the head.
Welcome back to the MMA Plug presented by DenverSportsBetting.com on Mile High Sports Radio. This is 98.1 FM in Denver, Colorado, but you could stream us worldwide at www.milehighsports.com. Josh and I are about to go 3 rounds. I'm Jordan Kurtz sitting alongside Josh Fremd. This 3-round segment is brought to you by the Mad Kingdom Insane Supply Company. Make sure that you go to www.themadkingdom.com to check out the latest and greatest in your fightwear fashion. There's also, throughout times, limited edition fighter shirts that are released through the Mad Kingdom Company that you can purchase and have those proceeds go directly to benefit the camp and the expenses of said fighters. Josh has been a part of Mad Kingdom before. There's also right now a special edition shirt out there for a friend of the show, Jacoby Jones. Danny, what do you have for round one?
Round 1, Sugar Sean O'Malley was in the headlines again. This time, it was for his comments saying if he just offered 2 matchups, he's taking the lower-ranked guy because he's getting paid the same either way. Fair or foul?
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Easy. Go get your money. I mean, if you're getting paid the same to fight a scrub or someone really tough, this game, it's a short window. Make your money, get in, get out, and have a good life.
I could not agree with you more. And for someone like Sugar, who is still so young, you don't want to start going backwards. The thing that we see with some guys, and it's kind of the tough position when you're somebody like a Darren Till, or we kind of mentioned like Kelvin earlier, when you reach the stratosphere of success within your division early on in your career, but then you run into a couple of buzzsaws or take a couple of lessons along the way, the climb to get back up is tough.
Much harder.
Not only necessarily you as the fighter, but then from the promotional standpoint, from the matchmaker standpoint, from the overall brand value standpoint. So for him just to continue to keep on stacking up wins, I don't see anything wrong with it. If you're going to get paid the same to go out and fight, just like he said, he used the Smoker reference, to go fight Smoker, go fight Aldo. Like, well, what do you think I'm going to do?
Yeah. If you're getting paid the same, hey, make your money, kid.
Fair play.
Round 2, Dustin Poirier and Nate Diaz have traded jabs on Twitter recently. Their previous matchup fell through a couple years ago. Is this still a fight that you want to see?
Personally, I don't care if it's Nate Diaz doing dishes. I'm probably going to tune in and watch it. I'm self-admittedly a Diaz Brothers stan. I'm not ashamed to admit it either at that. So, yes, I still want to see it. Do I think that would go even remotely well for Nate based off of the way that Dustin has been putting together performances lately? Hell no, but I think that is something to where we could see maybe those potential late-round theatrics and heroics that Diaz has pulled off from time to time.
Yeah, man, I'm going to take the opposite stance here. Yeah, I'm also a big Nate Diaz fan, but I also don't want to see it because, like you just said, the way Poirier's been going, he looks almost untouchable at 155. He's a tough dude. And yeah, I don't want to see another legend just keep losing. That's not what I want to see. I want to see Nate go out the way he came in, the way he is, a legend. And I don't want to see that fight for him because I don't think it would go good for him.
No, the only I guess counter argument to that is that would be a massive pay-per-view.
Oh, huge.
They would both have a huge payday from that. So from Dustin's perspective, if he's at this stage, the only other real goal for him to check off the list is becoming the undisputed champ. He's at a stage to where he can start calling his shots and wanting to have some of those money fights that way. He's looking at securing his family's legacy. So yeah. I personally, I can see both sides of it. On the competitive aspect, no, I don't think that it would be something that is great, but for the fanfare, for the value of the business, I think that it would be a massive hit.
Oh, it would. It would.
Yeah.
Round 3, now that the Ultimate Fighter finalists are set, what are your thoughts on the series as a whole?
As a whole, I was a fan of watching. I know some people, still share the same kind of sentiment that it's just the reality TV concept is over or gone, but I disagree. I think that as a longtime fan of the sport, and I was a fan of the show in general, but I think that allowed us to kind of get to know some of these guys that we obviously wouldn't have get to know otherwise, and we just see a little bit more of the personal element. Josh, what did you think?
I was excited. I watched every single episode. I was tuning in, and if I missed it on Tuesday night, I was the next day watching it. And it brought me back to when I first got into the sport, watching The Ultimate Fighter 1 and moving throughout the seasons. And I love it that it gives you that perspective of the guys in not just a fighting sense. You get to see their personalities. You get to see them reach emotional depths in the show where you're learning about them. They're not just a face and a fighter in a video game almost. So I personally liked it. I was a little biased, of course, because I had a buddy on the show, but he did very well, made a name for himself, and I think it was good. It was a good comeback, and I can't wait to see what they do with it for the next season.
Certainly, and that's a big shout out to Ricky Tercios and Brady Highstand of the Bantamweight division. They will be paired alongside Trayshawn Gore taking on Brian Pooh Bear battle in the middleweight division for that finale. I believe it's next week, I think, or it's somewhere within the near future. I can't remember what the exact date is there, so forgive me on that one, folks, right off top while we're live. Just to wrap up the show, we want to say thank you to Danny Bailey behind the glass, making sure that we stay on track. Thank you to DenverSportsBetting.com CEO Ryan Garcia and executive producer Anilo Piro. Josh, thank you so much for everything today. We want to thank our guest Brandon Raw Dog Royval. Make sure that you tune in and check him along with friend of the show Vince Pichel out this weekend on the UFC Vegas 34 card. Follow me on Instagram at Comments from the Peanut Gallery. You can follow Josh at Josh Fremd MMA. This is the MMA Plug presented by DenverSportsBetting.com.
Yeah, little thick bitch, fine little mamacita. Always coolin' by the pool, drinking margaritas. Yeah, it's pippin' over here and we ain't trippin' over pesos. I know it's good now, but luego